family from them to see if maybe they would have taken it. Does that sound right?
Maybe.
What's the question?
The last gem, we don't know where it's at.
They're trying to figure out why our motivation was to go visit the winery. But I remembered that we've got info that they're related by marriage, the Martikovs and the Kreskovs.
Correct. The Kreskovs were gifted the winery originally by Strahd because the Kreskovs were loyal to Strahd during Strahd's invasion of Barovia. And the Martikovs married into the family, but then the Kreskovs, when they went and founded Kresk, their line started to die off, essentially, and the Martikovs ended up inheriting it as their lines diverged.
I think we were going to check to see if there was reason that they would steal a gem. Because now that we know that they used to have the winery, but they don't have it anymore, maybe they're like grasping, like, oh man, we're not doing so hot. Screw these guys.
You guys,
because there's still one missing gem.
You have one missing gem.
Unaccounted for, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember. I really just wanted to get that step 8.
All right. So, we're back. Last session was a rough one. Had a pretty intense fight where 2 of you went down, 2 of you full perished, one of you, a third of you almost went down. Strahd, meaning to toy with you, provided the means to choose between one of the 2 fallen allies. But the Huntress, having her power slightly restored from your reconsecration of the Fane, has essentially taken Alistair's body into the ground, and a twisting effigy of vines has grown from the ground and been glowing. She also promised you an evening of rest. Technically, I shouldn't do daytime because it's night. So we'll do this. You guys left off slightly still processing everything that had occurred that day. You guys had had a long slog through the Fane itself, journeying into the land of the dead, only to make it back to the land of the living, surrounded by the Barovian countryside, to be confronted by Strahd and his minions in your weakened state, which naturally was a tough fight. Now you guys have dirt beneath your feet. The mountain, the hill itself, Yester Hill itself, feels different. It has a different air to it. Something has shifted here since your journey. And Irina and our Mim and Sten are outside of the effigy as nightfall, or as, well, I guess it's not really night falls, but you guys are bunking down kind of mid-afternoon as it's starting to get to that dark state. Because you guys came out midday, so it would still be kind of leaning towards late afternoon. What do you guys do?
I imagine that I'd be passed out, sleeping.
Just straight up?
Yeah, I'm almost dead, so I feel like I'd be pretty out of it and emotionally exhausted.
Yeah, I think I bunked up too. Are we, are you sharing the mountaintop? seen?
No, but I can here. Oh, I didn't show the new landing page. We have a new landing page, which is slick. All right. Let me.
Yeah, I want to say I just curled up next to the bed.
Cool.
But
So he's.
Go ahead.
You put him in a bed, right?
Yeah, it lasts for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I imagine that Mim would probably have like her head resting on it, sleeping.
This scene has audio, by the way.
This one does. I'll get rid of it. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess like kind of similar to a watch. I can just. Oh, do I have enough? Shoot, I don't. Yeah, I'll wake up right before the 4 hours is up and kind of gently let him down as the bed disappears, and then back to bed.
Got it. Well, so he. Let me double check, but if I remember correctly, his body sank into the earth, right?
Yeah, I grabbed him and put him on this bed, and then Shadow Alistair sunk in.
Let me double check, because I could have sworn that we let his body go, and that he's in the effigy. But
We did.
I was on a bed at the end for sure.
Yeah, now. I mean, I think both happened, and I don't know how that would have happened because I do remember us like letting him go.
Yeah.
So that was we let him go down here.
Yeah.
And then he popped back up here with Shadow Alistair next to him. And there was like a shining light behind him.
Yeah, let me check.
Also, for viewer clarity, I am dead.
What?
Oh my god, the wasted stamp.
I'm gonna deafen slightly just to figure out what happened. Give me 2 seconds.
To you, could you allow it to happen?
Okay.
Spin that for...
And drop the wall of force.
Well, that's something, I guess.
Tiny hut. And with a breeze, her figure drifts and separates into leaves.
And drop the wall of force.
You guys notice as he's casting that that sense of difference, that breeze almost feels warm for the. There's still the mist already, and a calmness before long. Andar is able to cast Tiny Hut. Centers it on the bed.
This was not one of the things I had time to prep.
Alistair, has he made his choice?
Head tilted against the wood. You're entirely correct. The effigy did open back up. He was in it, and then it opened back up, and you pulled him out, and he's on the bed. So you're entirely correct.
Yeah, since it only lasts 4 hours, and I don't have any extra spells to up it again at the end of that, I'll just make sure he doesn't fall down.
Got it. Makes
as
sense.
that disappears.
Mim's passed out. And are you doing anything in particular?
I mean, if everyone's napping, I guess I'll join the party.
Okay. For clarity's sake, is there anything anyone wants to do over the course of the evening, Sten, besides you shifting him out of the bed before the bed fades?
I don't think I'd have the energy to.
Fair?
Yeah. I think I'm just too anxious.
All right.
But I'd probably give like a little bit of a knowing look towards Andar after hearing what I think was a conversation saying they picked me.
Got it. If you do that when you shift Andar or shift Alistair, Andar will be asleep.
Yeah, just kind of as the silence overtakes us before we all
Yep.
bed up.
All right. Then Alistair. Can I have everyone but Alistair deafen for a little bit?
Oh man.
All right. Hello. So I'm gonna pop us over to our roleplay screen. So you don't remember a great deal. You remember darkness falling, and then your chest gets pulled, and you wake back up, and Andar is standing over you, and you realize that you're once again awake. You run around a corner, you fire a bolt, you see Shadow Alistair's dark red eyes lock with you and pace towards you. The darkness surrounds you and cold envelops your body as his blade slashes through. Things go dark again. And once again, you're falling. And you feel this kind of sense of emptiness surround you, just silence. No, it's wind is not passing by. You don't feel the ripple of air. You just feel the sensation of falling with no physical manifestation thereof. And the darkness seems to encroach as the little pinprick of vision that you had slowly is encapsulated, and then nothing. Before, after what seems like an eternity, you're not really conscious of it. You don't have the opportunity for thought as much as there just is nothing. You have the faintest sensation of something soft under your hands. And you start to gain sensation in your limbs just slightly. You start to once again sense your body. You don't know how long it's been. You don't really have the strength to open your eyes yet, but you can feel almost this grainy feeling under your arms and your hands, and you have just enough strength to start to be able to gain sensation in your limbs again. You slowly open your eyes, and you find yourself almost blinded by the light at first. It's far too bright. And you squint. Every movement, every tensing of muscles, every even bodily response feels exhausting. You don't have as much of an ache as you have almost this stillness that you're trying to shake off, almost like that exhaustion you get from a cold, but rather than the soreness that's associated, it almost just feels like this weight that you're shaking off. After a little bit, you blink a number of times. It takes you a solid couple minutes even to get your eyes to stay open. And you realize that you're looking at a cloudy sky, not gray like Barovia. There's a yellow tint. And just at the edges of your vision, you can kind of see some like waving stalks of wheat and long grass. What do you do?
Where the fuck am I? I'll just walk forward, I guess.
You're flat
Look
on the
around for
ground
anything.
first. Getting up is
I
you're
will
flat
attempt
on
to
your
get
back, and as you kind of like go to push yourself up, your arm sinks into this loamy dirt around you. You're able to press yourself up on one arm, but it's a struggle. And as you kind of get a grasp of your surroundings and look around, you see that you are in what appears to be around 6 foot kind of freshly tilled earth in the middle of this field, which otherwise is filled with wildflowers and long grasses. And it's this slight clearing surrounded by wooded trees. And you see standing on the edge of the kind of clearing towards the tree line is this large woman coated in fur with a horned skull upon her head, large antlers branching forth, and she's just kind of sitting watching you. But even just getting up onto one arm is like it's an effort. It takes all of your energy just to get up to that arm, and you have to catch your breath. Getting up is going to be a journey in and of itself.
I think I'll just try and push through it.
All right. You slowly put the weight on one arm and manage to slide painstakingly one of your knees underneath you. And now you're on one knee and one elbow, essentially catching your breath. Take a moment and then push yourself up, get your second leg underneath you, and you almost wobble a little bit. You have to catch yourself. You're in like essentially almost a kneel before you slowly push yourself up. And it feels like you're wearing a 1,000-pound vest. Every movement feels like your body is filled with lead almost. You feel weak. You feel tired. You feel almost like that when it's early in the morning and you just want to go back to bed. Like your body is not with you on this. But you do manage to push yourself up and kind of staggeredly stand. Your breathing's heavy, but you're upright.
Hello?
Is that directed at her, or is that just in general?
Yep.
Your resiliency is impressive.
I'm sorry. Where are we?
We are in a remnant of my domain. A bridge between the worlds. One that...
She kind of gestures off into the distance, and you manage to turn your head far enough to see that the mist is still encapsulating the edges.
We are still tied to this realm, but it is one facet of many.
Is this what it looked like before?
Mostly, yes. This was what once was. Although my presence has influence here.
And she kind of steps forward, and you see she steps forward and you see wildflowers growing at her feet behind her. The wind almost seems to course behind her.
Just now realizing that my Sirenscape has crashed, so give me 1 second.
Oh no.
All right, back in.
All right. You can see that this realm seems to only exist because this woman is here. And as she moves, nature seems to move with her. You also get the sense that the sun, although present, isn't beating down and also doesn't appear to be moving. This seems to be caught in almost an eternal, 5 o'clock afternoon, orange glow. And everything kind of feels fall tinted here.
What happened?
When Strahd came, once he claimed the land as his own, after his curse, he wanted our power for himself. And so he came and claimed it. We underestimated his abilities. We had never been challenged before.
When Strahd falls, when my friends succeed, will you be able to get back to full power? Will Barovia be able to look like this again?
Were Barovia ever to reach this state once more, it would require a great deal of time. And Strahd's blight would have lasting effects. His curse is one interlaced with the realm itself now. Full extraction is difficult, potentially even unlikely. It is possible that it will never look this way again.
Oh. They have good people behind him. I've seen him do some pretty amazing stuff. Oh, let's hope.
Perhaps.
She comes and strides over to you and rests a very large hand. Dirt is kind of cased between her long fingers and under her fingernails. But she places her hand on your shoulder and with a gentle pull almost helps hold you up. And she looks down at you and you can see the glow underneath the skull where her eyes should be. And you can see just the base outline of her jaw.
You were lost in the fight. Are you aware of this?
I kind of figured you don't wake up in a place like this feeling this way and make it through.
I was able to intervene in your passing with the limited strength you and your companions provided me from your journey. But if you wish to return, I will not be able to intervene again.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
It is only fair, considering the service you have provided me and my influence over the domain of the dead. But my power is still limited and still an echo of what it once was. My influence only reaches so far.
This won't harm you in any way, will it?
No, harm is a drastic word. This will cost me a portion of the power you have collected. It will render me weaker. But no, it will not harm me.
I appreciate this gift. Very much so.
I do not intend to force your hand if you should choose to move on. The choice is yours, but know my influence will have effects. Your passing will have repercussions. Not to mention, you came here incomplete. A piece of you was taken.
And she slowly opens her right hand, her left on your shoulder. And she slowly opens her right hand, and from that tilled earth on which you rest, there's a rumble and a shaking. And you watch as from the earth, bound in vines, struggling against the binds of the vines, is you, made of darkness and shadow, wisps like tendriling off the vines, and its head held in place, its red eyes wide open, struggling against its binds in a jerky, panicked fashion.
This piece belongs to you, yet exists outside of yourself. It is unnatural.
And you feel in that last word there is not only weight but almost a like ever burning coals left over from a campfire. There's some heat to those words. You can't really tell if it's anger or hatred or disgust, but whatever it is, there's a little oomph in that last word.
You said there'd be repercussions, and I'm no stranger to consequences. As I'm locking eyes with the shadow.
Yeah, it would appear so.
This long, pregnant pause passes between the two of you.
What's happened with him?
He has.
She pauses for a moment and almost tilts her head.
It has gained a limited form of sentience in its absence. It exists as its own entity. In a way, I pity it. But in a way, I understand what it is to be a husk of what once was.
Where do we go from here?
That, child, is up to you. I can return you to your companion. And
she looks over at the shadow.
Restore you to a near whole. But as Barovia will never be the same due to Strahd's blight, you will never be the same with this being having been separated from you. When you return, it will not behave as it once did, for better or for worse. Or I can allow your soul to pass, and you will stay here in Barovia with all those others trapped by the curse and the mist. The choice is yours.
May I have a moment on my own?
Of course.
She lifts her hand, and without her support, you feel again this sag of exhaustion. Your feet almost seem to sink slightly into the earth beneath you. But she steps away. Real quick, I'm going to check in with the others.
Cool.
Just a quick check-in. Is there anything anyone wants to do throughout the evening? Want to make sure that I don't spend too much time without tagging back and checking.
So 4 hours up?
So the first 4 hours, this will be about the time that you adjust him from the bed, yes.
Okay. And everyone's super asleep.
Everyone's passed out. At this point, it's starting to be as you wake up and you gather your surroundings, you can gather it's early nightfall, probably a couple hours deep. There is this sense of stillness and calm on the hilltop, despite it being the dead of night. That was clearly not there before, but you do see kind of these roiling clouds around the hill itself. They don't seem to be encroaching upon the hill, but the normal thunder and lightning that plagues Yester Hill seems to have ceased and spread around the hill itself rather than being centered on its surface.
Is he stirring at all, Alistair?
When you go and you look, his breathing is very slow and haggard, and his brow is coated in sweat. His clothes almost seem plastered to him, as sweat has just soaked his whole body and the sheets around him.
I think it's kind of be like a little bit of a feat to hold him and then let him drape down to the ground. But I guess as that's happening, Alistair, I think they picked me to be revived. I wish it was you. I wish this was easier for you. Don't make your choice based on us, though. If you can hear me. Do what's good for you. But if it means anything, we would like to have you back.
You
make sure I didn't wake anybody.
You slowly drape your arms kind of up underneath his shoulders and try and gently slide him out as cautiously as you can. Kind of brace him against your chest to let his legs out. And then slowly lay him out right as the bed starts to fade from existence.
I mean, what is this group going to do with a weak old man like me? Can't even lift my friend off a bed. Good night, Alistair.
All right. I'll have everybody deafen again. Alistair.
Dude, Nick is a good voiceover artist.
He's really good.
I think with the added weight of her not holding me anymore, I'll just go down to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take a second and just say, Morning, Lord, I don't feel like the pact is done. I feel like there's more to accomplish, more hope to bring. What do I do? And I'll just kind of look up.
You speak the prayer out, and in this kind of eternal afternoon light, there's almost a glint, and you feel your hand slowly grow warm. You look down and it doesn't look any different. But you feel this almost campfire-like warmth growing in your hand. And it's just slowly increasing in intensity.
I'll nod of respect and then try to get to my feet.
You slowly push yourself up. The shadow's still a few feet from you, struggling against its viney bonds. It's, as you rise, your feet sink into the loamy earth slightly. You once again stand kind of leaning on an arm against your own thigh, but there's still this warmth in your hand.
I'll try. Is she still standing off? Is she still with me?
She's still in the vicinity, but she's given you a healthy distance.
I'm going to try and walk over to Shadow Alistair.
Okay. You slowly trudge your way over. The earth kind of each boot print kind of depressing into the loamy earth beneath you.
I'll walk over to him and get about a foot's distance, basically. And I'm going to... Are his hands bound?
His whole body, arms, hands, literally these vines are entwined over almost every surface, and you can only see bits and pieces of him through the in-webbed network of vines, and these tendrils of shadowish energy are kind of bounding off of him as he struggles, and his forehead is pinned back, and his chin and his eyes are wide open.
This might be a bad idea, but I'm going to reach out to him and put that hand on his shoulder and try and use that to cast protection from good and evil on him.
Okay.
Just to give him a sense of protection.
You reach down and you go to cast the incantation, and you don't feel any energy at all. No magic occurs. And you more than see, you almost sense the Huntress approach behind you.
The arcane will not function in this realm. I govern this realm by different rules than those of the material plane.
Understandable. I just think after everything he's been through, he deserves a bit of peace. Whatever that may be for him.
She just kind of observes, doesn't agree or disagree, just stands.
I'll look up at her. I'd like to go back. There's more I can do for Barovia.
You are certain?
I'll look down at my hand again. Do I still feel that warmth?
Yes, in fact, it's grown significantly in intensity. It almost it's almost curling your hand slightly. Not in a painful way, but you see it almost take shape
Yes, my friends and I aren't done. There's more to do.
Then, what would you have me do with this thing?
He deserves peace. He should be back with me. Whatever should happen.
Are you certain that that will bring peace? If there is anything I have gathered, peace is not something you have a great familiarity with.
Not exactly, no, but you never really need to be certain when you're searching for hope. You just have to have it.
So be it.
She waves her hand, and vines start coiling around your feet.
This may be slightly unpleasant. The process of restoration is a difficult one.
And the vines start climbing up your legs, and you watch as long, tendrily vines come out from the ground behind you and grip your back and pull you down into the earth and start coating around your chest and up around your face, pulling you down. You feel yourself being kind of pressed into almost a mummified state, pulled down into the earth. And as you look up at the sky above you, you see that you're turning slightly, and you realize that she is lining you up feet to feet with the shadow. And as you feel the earth move around you and you pulled taut into this position, you feel a slight pressure at the base of your feet. And then a painful burning sensation and a tug as you are pulled down into the earth. Darkness surrounds you, and with a almost a lurch, you are tumbled forward, and your whole body jerks as you stop full force, and you are looking eye to eye with that of your shadow, both of your eyes wide open, and you almost sense fear in the dark red mirror of the eyes you see before you. Before you, that burning sensation of your feet, you physically get pressed into each other and your whole body burns. You would scream, but the vines covering your mouth and the earth around you, you can barely feel like you're breathing. There's this tremendous pressure forming and this burning sensation throughout your whole body. You clench your eyes closed, just trying to stay conscious, and then nothing. And I'll wave everybody back.
Hello.
You guys are most of the way through the evening when you're awoken by thrashing and gasping for air, and Alistair is roiling on the ground, coated in sweat, his whole body jerking as if he's having a seizure. and his body's almost gasping for air. His eyes are flitting open, and his eyes are rolling back in his head. He's in a full-on seizing episode on the ground, flopping.
Yeah, I'll just, whatever, if I've rolled over at all, I'll close the distance. Alistair, what's happening?
He doesn't seem responsive at first. Irina runs over and like pulls her bedroll and tries to shove it under his head so that his head isn't beating against the ground, and almost tries to put her weight down on his shoulders to hold him in place.
What do we do?
I'm not sure if we can do anything.
What do you mean?
Well, this whole journey he's on is between him and a dead deity. I don't know that we can do much.
He's still like convulsing?
Oh yeah. Heavily. With Irina holding him down, it's mostly now his legs flailing and his arms spasming, but at least she's managed to like put her body weight on his torso so that his head isn't jerking around. But his whole body's in like Princess Bride, the pit of despair convulsions.
Come on, you've done enough reviving and helping people on the ground. You should know how to fix this.
Ooh, well, I'm not much one for healing per se. I can stop you from dying sometimes, but...
Will you two quit bickering? He's literally seizing on the ground here. We've got to do something.
I'm asking for help, Irina. I'm not bickering.
So I was checking to see if I think this is bad or good. And I rolled really bad.
You have no idea what's happening.
I don't know what's going
on. As Irina's kind of pressing down on his shoulders, for a brief second, the convulsing stops. Alistair's eyes start to roll back, and his breathing starts to slow.
I'm gonna fly over and kind of just be next to Irina, and I'm gonna open his eyes and be like, Alistair! Hello? Please wake up!
As you open up his eye, from rolling back in his head, his eyes, suddenly his pupil locks forward, and his whole body tenses, to the point that Irina puts her hands back, and then there's this enormous flash of light to the point that all of you have to blink back. And Alistair's full splayed, like, arch back on the ground, glowing red hot and bright, to the point that it's difficult to look at him. Everybody real quick, roll me a perception check. All three of you, and then I'll have Irina roll as well. Irina's too shocked to notice, but the three of you notice as you kind of squint and try and get your bearings and look in his direction, you get this very odd feeling that something looks strange, and then all three of you realize that as he's glowing, a shadow is stretching out from underneath him onto the ground around him, elongating in different directions. As he's casting light upwards, his shadow seems to be stretching from the light, which of course is concerning, considering for the longest time there's been no shadow at all related to Alistair. As the burst of light, as you're watching his arch back and the light emanating from him, the light suddenly fades and he collapses and he goes still.
Is he breathing?
You rush over and check, and he has a slow, steady breath.
Is he okay, Sten?
That was horrifying.
He's breathing.
I'm gonna rush right over and like kind of nudge him. Alistair, wake up!
Yeah.
You're alive!
Oh. Barely. What happened afterwards?
Well, just look to the
What
other
happened
two.
after what?
After I fell the second
Which time?
The second time.
Well, flashback. Who died first? And
I think he did.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty much constantly dead.
and then we. Well, I think we won the fight? Question mark? Cause I mean, you died and Sten died. I almost died.
I'm gonna try and get up at Sten died.
No, whoa, 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 whoa. Stay down.
What? I am sorry. Stan, are you okay?
You all right? You just exploded into light.
I did? Oh, everything hurts.
You should keep getting some rest.
Yeah.
And maybe. Sorry.
No, go.
I'm gonna poke you in like the forehead. I'm gonna be like, maybe this should teach you not to run into danger so much. Now you should sleep.
Was just trying to protect. And then I'll let myself pass back out.
I fucking hate magic. Oh, all right.
Don't blame magic for this.
I'm sorry, do you have anyone else to blame?
Poor decision miracles.
Try?
Don't get me wrong, I'm thankful he's back. I could do without a heart attack every couple hours for the rest of today. Just today. I'm just glad he's okay.
Me too.
Did we get a long rest before we were woken up?
You will. This was probably 6 hours in. But this will not count as an interruption for the terms of long rest.
What if we tried to cash in a small favor and get some wine when we wake up tomorrow? It's on the walk back. If we have reason to celebrate.
Oh, you mean at the winery? Andrew's going to look a little bit sad as he's putting the iron ewer back into his bag. Not right now. I see, of course. No, we should probably sleep more.
I mean, a little now can't hurt, right?
Of course not.
Gods know I could use a glass.
Wine for everybody.
And our cast wine.
Andar goes and pours wine at anyone's flask who offers. Irina literally like downs all of her water to make room for wine.
So no more scares.
Yes, that'll be the day.
Wow, you're so funny.
Well, if nothing else, I feel that this might call for a toast. So what do you think?
That what Sten just did.
Oh, is that what Sten did?
Well, I raised my glass instead of phrase, if that's what you meant.
I'm very sorry. I'm very tired.
Well,
Just to whatever Sten said.
to multiple toasts. And then Mim's gonna take her glass and cut it in Alistair's hand and say, "To being alive," and hold his hand up.
Oh man.
All right, I'm still actually quite tired. I think I'm going to go back to bed.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
God, I'm glad he's back.
I mean, I'm glad you both are. I'm glad everyone's still good right here, right now. That we're all good for now. Okay.
I've already rolled over.
Especially you, Andar. Thanks for being alive and taking care of us and being awesome and doing all the spells and the tiny huts and okay, you have a good night then. You sleep well.
All right. So everyone beds down for the night. You guys get a couple more hours of rest. Everyone is gonna get a long rest here, uninterrupted.
Thank freaking God.
You guys will awake to the sound of bugs.
Can you update that token?
Oh, right, yeah. Do. And cool. Better?
I still have that token as dead Alistair.
Oh, the token.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Please hold. Oh. That's not your token. Shit.
Do you have it or you need me to find it?
I don't have it.
I will find it.
Well, in the meantime, you're a walking portrait. Congrats.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys wake up to the sounds of birds, which is odd in Barovia. So you hear some birds chirping. Collectively, you guys have slept through the entire night. It is shortly after daybreak. And it is an oddly comfortable morning. It feels more refreshing than it has in a very long time.
The air is almost clean up here. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's very pleasant. I'm just gonna go walk around.
Yep, definitely very Barovian.
I don't know. I'm getting something different.
Do you think it had to do with?
I'm just kind of glad it's not a decaying body. Still sore. Morning.
So how was it being dead? What's it like?
Not pleasant, actually. Hurt like hell.
Good. Maybe it'll teach you not to do it again.
We'll certainly try.
How would you feel about a celebratory wine trip to the Wizard Wines?
Sure. Sounds good.
Small break. Maybe a quick chat, see how they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, we have about, give it 3 hours until Strahd knows that I'm alive and tries to finish the job, and we're back into the heat of it. Hopefully we can make that a day.
Why a time frame?
I was being facetious. Didn't
he
work in the
visited
first
you.
life. Probably shouldn't do it in the second one.
I was worried he visited you on your way to waking.
No. No, just the Fane, actually. And, my shadow's back. Yay.
I'm just gonna glare at it on the ground.
It's kind of hard for me to look at it, but, I mean, it looks normal.
Did she say anything about it turning on you and killing you again?
She did say that it had gained sentience.
What the heck?
Yeah, in this realm that she took us to, that I was in, I don't know, he was there covered in vines and held back, just as we saw him during the fight. Now this relatively looks like a normal shadow. I'm not completely sure what she did, but she said it took a lot of power. So, we have her to thank.
I'm gonna land and stomp on your shadow.
Ow!
Mim flies over and jumps on the shadow. Roll me a perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
No, Mim. Or actually, both
Mim,
of you.
okay.
Actually, both of you will work.
All right.
Piss off his shadow.
What is
24.
my bug in perception? 19.
All right. You, Alistair, almost feel like a slight twinge. Mim, as you jump on it, you notice the shadow flinch slightly.
Serves you right, Shadow. Do I notice that Alistair kind of reacts or anything, or no?
He just feels a slight twinge. He doesn't
He
like.
didn't act to
He
it.
doesn't physically react, but the shadow physically reacts separately from him slightly.
Cool.
Are you having fun, Mim?
A little bit. I mean, can we even
That's-
trust this Shadow? It murdered you.
That's a true question. One problem at a time, though, as always.
I'm like side-eyeing the ground. All right. I guess once we leave here, we gotta really be on our toes now, cause or I guess you guys gotta be on your toes. I could just be on my wings. Anyway, are you guys worried at all about like how we're gonna not die anytime we're traveling?
I've been worried this whole time.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think anything will change from me.
Nothing different.
But no, I do worry. If we've helped out this lady, he's got to expect us to go to the next ones. So.
But to be honest, we only slightly know where the next ones are. We know one's supposedly in the swamps, but we've never been there.
The person waiting for us is not on good terms with Strahd. But what did he say? Something about a heart, right?
What specifically you're referring to?
Yeah, we have to kill her and take her heart to fix that Fane.
Right.
There's no way that's going to go over well or easily.
Ma'am, also, can I get a con saving throw from you because you're poisoned? You are no longer poisoned. Irina still is.
Ooh. Ugh.
Alright, I'm just gonna remake the token, same art, and send it to you.
That's fine.
Because I cannot find it.
Sorry. Nick, go ahead.
But then the other one, Doomby was saying that Mr. E said she was the hardest to contact. So, I think we have two very difficult choices ahead.
What are the options? Go to a winery or go to a swamp?
Well, don't we have to go to both the swamp and the winery, and then because we still don't know where the last gem even is, right?
We know one of them is in the swamp, and if we're going there, we should probably let the Martikovs know. Maybe they have a heads up of what's around, what to avoid.
Well, we know that they told us that there's a witch in the swamp, and that they'd sent, I think they said blights and scarecrows. Right? To harry them? Something along those lines?
I mean, they were very overrun by those things when we got there.
So I have to imagine if we head that way, then we'll at least know somewhat what to expect. But that doesn't solve the issue of where in the swamp we go, or the fact that we know much of anything about that area at all.
Do you think the people at the winery might know about that area? We could get wine and ask them.
Well, I think that's what Sten's suggesting, yes.
Yes, let's go do that.
Yeah, I mean, they're an old family. They feel like they know quite a bit. Hopefully they trust us enough a little bit more. I know they've been passive to our situation, but considering last night, I think maybe we put a little bit more pressure on them.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, I guess just keep your eyes peeled and let's keep moving.
Yay! I'm a circle again.
Huzzah!
With a small circle inside your circle.
Yeah.
You have a giant piercing.
Alright. Well then, let me switch us to the map. Where is the map? Don't I have that map on here? Alice map. Oh, I don't. I absolutely should. Oh no, I do. I'm just blind. All right. Well, if we're going to head to the winery. Oh, that didn't. There we are. If we're going to head to the winery, then that's nearly a day's journey, if not more, from here. Let's see. Yeah, it's about a day and a half.
7 to 8 miles is not a day and a half. Right?
How do you do the... Is it control, click? How do you do the thing where you do the segmented one again?
It's control click, but you have to... I think you have to do it
Oh,
before
you have to
start.
re-click. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it about to the fork in a day. If you were to
you guys
walk.
figure out plans? I'm gonna stretch my legs. And Hermes is gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I thought we wrote down. Is it 6 that we're
Yeah.
considering a day? Okay.
6 is a day.
Ah.
So then if...
So that gets us just to the fork.
I guess you
Okay.
the fork.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to walk straight there. If you risk the forest... You could make it straight there, but you'd completely go off the path.
Well, how fast? How did we all fly super fast? What did we use to do that? We got
A
to
bunch
here.
of spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, we were like, let's just get there fast.
Because if you go as the bird flies, it's 6 miles.
Mm-hmm. As the mim flies.
Well, I mean, even if we went around, it doesn't it triple our speed? These birds. So if we just followed the path as those birds.
I know for you it triples your speed. Does it triple for everyone else? What's the fly speed that you guys get?
Oh, I'm sorry. It just doubles my speed.
Ah.
It's not 120. It's 80 feet. Yeah.
Fly speed for the fly's spell is 60 feet.
Gotcha. So that would still double.
A lot of spells, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, and fly only lasts. It says 10 minutes.
So then, math. 60 feet. For every 10 seconds, so 600 feet a minute. So 600 feet times 10 minutes is 6,000 feet, which is about a mile. So you could cut a mile off your journey with each flight.
Could theoretically cast it 6 times,
Get there in an hour.
but then I'd be out of spells.
Yeah, maybe we just take the path.
The path works for me. I feel like we're not in that big of a hurry.
We just gotta keep our eyes open. But we're all well rested. We're all alive. We'll be okay.
Right, but also, like, when do we not have to keep our eyes open?
Yeah, but it's... Okay, I'm just a little more scared of Strahd now that he knows that we hate him and he's gonna be after us more. So,
Well,
just want to clear the air with that one.
like I said, for the time, he knows that 3 of you are alive. I'm under the radar, baby.
You're our secret weapon.
I'd have to convert too. So if it's normally 24 miles a day to travel, and we're doing 6, so then each. We'd have to make each standard of distance 4 times its length. So if you could make it a mile in 10 minutes, you'd make it a quarter of a mile in 10 minutes with the fly
Is there
speed.
any way we can change the measurement on the map?
I
That way
wish.
we don't have to do this again. Okay, damn.
I don't know how. I didn't make the map, so I don't know how it does that. But honestly, we should just make it in terms of hours. If we're making it, essentially each square is 2 hours, right? If you can travel 6 squares in a day, that we'll say that's 12 hours of travel.
That makes sense.
Or
Like 8
2.5.
hours.
Whatever. We'll say 2 for clean. If you were to literally walk from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., no stops. Anyway, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I think we said we were gonna do path.
All right, so you guys are sticking on the path. You guys are walking and ending here.
Yes. I think.
I see a nod from Nick.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So then you guys start heading off that direction, and slowly start trudging your way through the forest. For ease of time and travel, is there anything that you guys want to do during the day as you travel through the forest itself?
No.
Then you fell as well?
Yep. Yeah, lost in the darkness a bit.
I'm sorry I couldn't help.
Well, I actually couldn't see most of the fight. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, I was trying to get that blade away from him, but I didn't really get it in 2 shots, and that's all I had.
Yeah, I just kind of remembered casting polymorph and then a little bit of darkness and then out.
Yeah, I'm basically the same. Honestly, the entire fight, I basically just saw Andar's face. Tried to pick me up like at least 20 times.
That's the second time I've died. I don't know that you get 3 chances with that sort of thing.
I honestly think we're lucky to have 1, to be honest. But we push through. We do what we can.
So what happened when you were out?
I woke up in a field and the Huntress was there, and we talked a little bit about what Barovia used to look like. Because it used to look beautiful. I saw a bit of it. And then I asked, when you guys succeed, if it would look the same. And she said that a scar would be left on the land, but in time, lots of time, it would heal. And then she said that she could use what sounded like a good majority of her power to bring me back. I didn't want that to hurt you guys in any way, and she said that it would mostly be fine. And then she presented me with this. I'll look back at the shadow. He was bound and tied up and worse for wear, and I tried to help him, but it looked very broken.
I mean, considering traded away and then used against you, I think I can imagine it perfectly.
She also said that there'd be repercussions. I told her I'm no stranger to consequences, but also, I don't know, I don't feel different.
To getting your shadow back, or?
To being brought back, us being whole again. You know how the gods speak, they're pretty cryptic.
I can't pretend to actually know what that means. Everything causes waves.
Yeah.
I heard the moon causes waves.
Did you hear that nonsense?
I do think the Morning Lord was with me through it. I asked his opinion when she asked if should I want to come back, and I just felt warmth.
Oh, God, the Morning Lord. Where's your sword?
Can I try and summon the sword as soon as he says that?
You can.
Holy shit. Do I summon the sword?
You reach out and you channel, and there's a brief pause. And Sten stares at your hand, and you stare at your hand.
No.
And then the mist forms, and there's the sword.
You bitch.
That, good call.
A couple hours away from that mountain, I don't know that I wanted to walk back to find it. Shut up, bird.
Oh man, I think the most beautiful thing is in all that talking that we did, like above table, like, holy fuck, I didn't even think about the sword once.
I was trying to hint at the warm hand. All right.
While they're like kind of starting to walk, and after that conversation, I'm gonna kind of trail back and fly low to the ground and kind of whisper something to Shadow.
Okay.
I'll let you know what it is.
Okay.
It's nothing important.
Roll me stealth, just in case.
I don't think I can perceive Mim.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
No,
gonna
she
be.
totally beats my perception, my passive.
Yeah, you guys are distracted, so she'll get away with it.
Did it look like there's that like second vision the Huntress gave us in the cave? Is that what Barovia looked like?
DM?
So, to you, where you were, seemed very fall orange colors. The vision seemed very spring, green, bright, vibrant. But otherwise, there were similarities. But the biggest difference was, like, seasonally, the color scheme was very different.
Maybe during a harvest, potentially. Could have been about the same. Now, actually thinking about that, there was tilled ground, so probably during a harvest.
You said when you guys succeeded, were you not planning on coming back?
At the time, she hadn't offered it yet, but I'll admit it. My first concern is always going to be you guys.
Oh. Friendship.
Mim starts singing along behind you. You guys both look back, and she's like walking next to your shadow.
What are you doing, Mim?
In friend?
Fair enough.
Anyway.
And is there anything that you want to do on the trip, or are you just kind of along for the ride?
No, he's very intentionally quiet.
Okay. You guys have been traveling for most of the day. As you guys have headed back into the forest, the fog's gotten thick, the clouds have gotten dark. And that sense of comfort that you had quickly fades. Now you've got the unease of the forest around you. It's a number of hours down the road without any change in scenery. Until you notice, A, rain starts to fall. And B, there is a large wooden box sitting in the road as you come around a bend. And as you get closer, you see that the box is in the shape of a coffin.
Well, that seems like the kind of thing that we should just ignore.
I mean, we've ignored every other box, so...
I didn't
But
see one.
what? Somebody we know.
Well, if it's somebody we know, they're dead. There's not much we can do about that now.
It's a large coffin laying in the center of the road, plainly and simply made from black wood with iron fitting.
And also,
If you must go open it, I'm not going near it.
Is there anything around, like, weird besides just this one thing? Like, there's no...
It's pretty weird.
It's pretty
Really
weird.
weird,
It's in the
like-
middle of the road.
Yeah.
Where are
I'm
you?
perceptioning. I am perceptioning. Perceiving.
It is
around.
about here.
Okay.
I hate to do this to you. This is still dead Alistair.
Yes, it is. That's gonna happen any scene that you've been in, so we're gonna have to work on that for a bit. But boom.
Hey, look at that.
All right. You guys stay here. I'm a stealth.
All right, it's right here. In fact, here.
Oh, nuts.
I'm gonna sell Trip.
Yeah. I'm just still a little bit shaken up by everything.
Also, the fact that 1 is still 14 is gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool though, right?
So you go to stealth. And you land on the ground and you start tiptoeing in that direction and your foot catches in some mud and you go face first into the mud.
How far do I get before that happens?
Right there.
Okay. Never mind, guys. I'm not going over there. This is a sign.
Mim's coated in mud.
Okay, fine.
Are there wagon trails at all? Like, did this fall off a wagon?
Roll me an investigation check.
Yes, sir. Oh, God. 5.
The rain's washed away most anything on the road. It's coming down pretty heavy. It's tough to see anything in the dirt and the mud.
So the Van Richten book on vampires listed like they sleep there, right? Or they have a potential to sleep there. I want to listen in for any rattling or noises that were similar to the kid under the church in Barovia.
All right. So I'll allow you to approach.
I won't get super close, but close enough to hear over the rain.
Let me know where you're going to, and I'll judge the DC from there.
As he approaches, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right, sounds good.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on Mim. That way he's not muddy anymore.
I'll do 30 feet outside of it.
Of course.
All right. Roll me investigation.
Oh, natural 1.
God, this is up there.
With
rock, guys.
With the rain coming down and being 30 feet away, that it's pretty tough to tell.
I can't hear anything, but I don't trust it.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. Hey, you!
No.
And that's it. I don't say anything else. Do you hear anything now?
Still just sitting
I
there.
think I hear trouble stirring. Maybe we should go around.
Yeah. You know what? Could be a good plan. I'll follow you, Sten.
Oh no. All right, then I'll just become a bird and fly away.
Okay.
She'll still follow you. She can fly.
But I can fly faster. Oh man, I don't like this.
Although,
And I wasn't in the coffin shop, so I can't even ask. Actually, does this look because I was upstairs. Does this look like anything from Heinrich's coffin shop?
Roll me a history check.
history,
History.
memory.
This is going to go excellent. 23.
Wow.
You don't seem to recall him having any paint. From what you recollect, most of his shop was just plain wooden coffins. And naturally, he was not a very popular or seemed to be making a great deal of money. And so you don't recall him having the ability to make this kind of dark black wooden coffin, unless he had supplies you didn't see, or there's a black wood that you don't know about in Barovia specifically.
I kind of hate how different that looks from the only coffin maker around.
Sounds like a great reason to not touch it.
I am completely okay with not touching the very what's the word? Not obvious. Conspicuous coffin in the road.
Well, there's nothing conspicuous about it.
Well, isn't
Necklace?
conspicuous obvious? I thought that inconspicuous was hidden.
Very overtly, very scary coffin, blocking our path.
All right, I'm gonna ask the fucked up question: adult coffin or child coffin?
It's a full-size coffin,
Okay.
but a good question.
Like a good size or a full
I
size
thought about
child?
that.
No, like full. It is a full adult-sized coffin.
I'm just worried, like, what if we're supposed to look at it and it's like a sign or a threat? A warning.
Andar's just gonna gesture towards the coffin then.
Okay, no.
Didn't he say it's not going to be safe for us anymore?
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, this is definitely a sign of what he wants to come. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw our own names on top of that coffin.
That's.
There are
See our
names
names on it if we don't look.
I'm gonna look at the top of the coffin. Is there a name on it?
The coffin is completely unadorned, other than the iron fittings clasping it that like are used as the handles. There are no placard, no words, no nothing.
Mythology question:
Okay.
is iron just werewolves, or is it that and vampires?
I believe that silver is werewolf.
Oh, you're right.
A
You're right.
silver bullet.
So iron isn't anything?
I don't believe that iron is anything but standard weaponry.
Okay.
I think it's iron crosses for.
Oh, is that what it is?
Those. Yeah.
Let me look. Iron
I couldn't
cross.
remember. I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bad.
Well, we could just keep
So
going. I guess.
crosses in general for vampires. I don't know about any. I don't know if there's specific iron anything.
Gotcha.
But yes, the coffin seems unadorned.
Since we've been staring at it for a little while, can I take a look around to see if anyone is watching us watch this?
Absolutely. Roll me an investigation check.
Watching you. 20 total.
You look around, and the forest appears as quiet as it can be. I mean, there's the occasional noise of wildlife here or there, but the fog is roiling thick. The rain's coming down. You don't see anybody in particular. To the best of your knowledge, you're totally alone.
Totally alone.
Now that we're closer, do we see any like wagon tracks or horse tracks or anything?
No. Again, oh Jesus, that's worse. The ground's been washed clean. The coffin seems to be sitting in mud.
Can I fly up and see if I see anything?
Of course you can.
Can I fly up?
How high are you flying?
I still want to be able to see my friends. So let's start with 15 feet up. I don't know how tall the trees are, too.
All right. The tree line's about 15, probably. Oh no, I've disconnected.
What? I'm still there.
Nope, I'm reconnected.
Weird.
Weird. I'd say the tree line's about 15 feet.
Okay.
Well, if
I'm
he's
gonna go, I
flying
guess,
up,
above
I'm
that.
gonna start casting detect magic as a ritual.
There
Alright.
you go, man.
While he's doing that, can I check the exterior of it for traps?
Sure. How are you gonna do that specifically? Describe that to me.
Just look around the lid for a trigger mechanism.
Got it. So you're not gonna touch it.
Correct.
Okay. Roll that for me because you're not touching it. Roll it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Mim, you fly up to the tree line and roll me an investigation check because you're looking.
Aha. It's a little better. 21.
The trees are thick. The fog is thick. The rain's coming down. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You just see your friends in this coffin.
Nothing in the distance.
With a 12, it's tough because normally...
21.
No, I know. I'm talking about Alistair now. You...
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Also, is that perception or investigation? Because that actually does change.
Do you roll a specific skill for trap stuff, right?
Well, you
Or...
would do
Oh, it's for
investigation if you're looking
disabling.
closely.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
It'll be investigation.
Okay, then it is 12.
Okay. So with a 12, you don't see any outstanding mechanisms or anything. It looks just to be a wooden box with the lid on it. Granted, the lid is weighty looking, as coffins tend to be, but it appears to just be sitting there. Yeah. It's also tough to listen for any sort of like sounds or ticking with the sound of the rain on the coffin.
How much weight can... Well, I'll just Google it. Never...
Oh.
Well, I guess, do we keep going?
That's my vote.
We also could go and then, like, get really a good far distance, and then an invisible random magic hand can, like, knock on it, and then we run. Or take the lid off.
I'd rather know the message if this is a message.
Well, okay, let's...
Can you lift a coffin lid with Mage Hand?
Well, Mage Hand is 10 pounds is what the Google says. I don't know how much a coffin lid would be.
I feel like coffin lids tend to be higher than 10 pounds. But let's look it up. How heavy is a coffin lid? The average weight...
Probably weighed like 80,
Oh, that's a
90 pounds.
sarcophagus. That's not the same thing.
Especially if there's iron around it. It's probably
Yeah.
80 pounds.
Never mind. just always want to use Mage Hand for everything, and it can't do much.
A
So
standard casket weighs about 200 pounds. So if we're assuming that, the lid's maybe a fifth of that? That's like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a total napkin estimation.
Okay, so here's the plan. We'll go away. We'll have the thing will knock. Nothing happens. Then you can go and you open it. That's what I think is a great plan.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. Wait. Andar, what do you guys think?
I was going to wait for Andar to finish his spell.
Oh. I didn't know he was doing that. I flew up.
And you're casting Detect Magic, right? As a ritual?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that anyone wants to do while he finishes casting?
Nope, I'll just wait.
I'm happy waiting.
You cast Detect Magic. I need to check something.
Is this really awful, terrifying, horrible thing?
Alright, cool. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic, and you see no magic on the coffin whatsoever.
Nothing magical about it.
Oh, it's gonna be so fucked up. I know it.
There's also nothing comforting about it.
Alright, Min, you want to use your spell?
Okay. Irina, you should move. You want to back up?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh wait, how many feet? Oh, I could go even a little bit further back. Nope.
Oh no! No!
You're trying to hide.
No, I was trying to not be under your token. We just kept going to the same spot.
Oh, that's fun. All right, I'm gonna cast it. And I'm gonna knock on the coffin.
All right. You cast Knock,
And nothing happened.
and there's a on the wood, and nothing happened.
This is gonna
Does
be
Knock?
so
Hold
sad.
on, Knock. I need to.
She cast Mage Hand to knock on the wood.
Yeah,
Knock
knock.
is a
Oh,
different
she's
magic.
not casting on Knock. Okay. Yeah, you cast
No.
Mage Hand. Your invisible Mage Hand that only you can see pops up, and then you hear just a on the wood.
Man, was that you or was that?
Yeah, it was me.
Nothing happened.
All right.
Okay.
Which way does this open towards? Does it open towards the group or does it open towards where my token currently is?
It can be whatever. The lid is not a hinged lid.
It's a lift.
It's a lift lid.
You could just kind of like lift and slide it a little, right?
Okay, now that I'm here.
Real quick, before you do it, are you 100% certain you want to open it?
As I said,
I'm
if
just
it's a
saying,
message-
if we know that this doesn't belong here.
He already gave us a message. It's very clear. He doesn't want us around. And opening that
bad
could
feeling.
just accelerate his desires.
I get the really bad feeling that this could be a friend of ours, and if that's the case, they deserve a proper send-off.
All right. I'm not going to stop you if you want to do it. I'm just going to throw out one more thing because we've had plenty of poor magical experiences in the last few days. She turns and her hair is like coated against her face from the rain. She turns and looks at Andar. Is it possible with magic to like suck people into coffins or transport them to other places or anything of the sort? Is there a chance that this turns very poorly for us?
Wait. Can detect magic know if it's a mimic? Can mimics be coffins?
Mimics can be anything they want, as long as it's inanimate.
So yeah, that could happen, but I don't detect any magic on it, so I doubt it.
And magic can't like turn itself on or anything. There's no like switch flip that maybe like if he lifts the lid, then there's like a tripwire that causes the magic to work or something. That's not a thing with magic.
Well, I've actually definitely heard of that.
Yes, but theoretically, that would still show up as magic.
Okay. All right. And she pulls her sword. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
For God's sakes, don't stand so close to it.
Yeah, I would get out of, well, let's call it fireball range.
Oh.
What? If it... But...
Oh, so you want us to leave?
Just in case it's silenced magic by some regard. I don't know. You're the magic man.
Well, I'm going here. This seems like a good spot.
Theater of the mind, that's really fucking funny. I'm going here. I'm standing here. Thank you.
I'm going to stand right here. This seems like a good spot.
I'm hiding behind this rock.
Just
Also,
don't think we need to be taking risks right now.
That's...
I agree with Sten, but...
Well, we don't... Dennis wise... Dennis...
Well,
Sten,
when
what's your
these
wisdom
two
score?
get their mind set on something, there hasn't been a time yet where they haven't done it, so just get on with it.
I also agree with Andar.
I'm gonna disappear into
Curiosity withdrawals.
You
I'm gonna
disappear?
turn invisible. I'm gonna turn invisible.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
You can do that?
And then, yeah, I can. I have invisibility as a spell. And then
Did you
I'm going
before?
to- Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
I don't think I've ever used it. I think I was going to use it on Sen once, and he got out of range.
All right, so... Well, then in that case, you turn invisible, at which point... Irina whirls on Andor. I thought you said that there was no magic. He's gone.
I'm still here.
What? Where?
Irina, the rain is circling his figure still.
Oh. Oh. All right. Sorry. God. Somebody at some point needs to explain this stuff to me before we just do things.
Did not occur to me until now that I hadn't used it yet. Anyway, I'm gonna slide the lid off just slightly so I can look in.
All right. As you slide the lid off, you go and grip it, and you start to lift. And two things happen. One, bats start flying out of the coffin and literally buffet you back, which causes you to drop the coffin lid over the side. And inside is a white-bodied figure who looks remarkably like Alistair, who pops out and, sounding like Alistair, says, Strahd will be seeing you soon. Roll me initiative.
That's so fucked. And now I'm gone.
Yep. Let me...
Alright, I am always listening to Sten and Andar. But I also feel like my curiosity has helped us somehow.
He just said, I'm gonna fuck with you, and then he puts a coffin in the road.
You wanna know something fun, though?
Didn't know what.
I don't know that. I don't know who you were talking about.
This happened before we even started fighting.
Did I roll
Good
my
point.
initiative? Did it roll? No, I didn't.
I thought he said it at the end, after I was dead.
Because, like, I made the choice to just say, screw you. And he's like, cool, you made your choice. It wouldn't be safe. He probably also said it at the end, too.
Probably.
See, I think the ending's what I remember, because I was fucking dead.
All right. Sten, you said you are 23.12. And Alistair is 20.18. All right, it goes first.
I mean, I'm hidden. I should. Fine, whatever.
How hilarious is it that the two people in this party who have alert as a feat are the last two in the order?
Yep. Which is...
It is pretty consistently my best roll. It's initiative, and I'm like, what am I going to do with it?
All right.
Also, I have a.
The spawn doesn't know Alistair's there because it's invisible. So it's going to turn and bum rush Irina. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Of course.
You get an
She's
attack of
still
opportunity
poisoned.
if you choose to. She is poisoned.
That matters.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take it because I was going to drop this anyway.
All right. That will reveal your invisibility.
Yeah, that's fine. I was going to drop it.
Well, honestly, in that case, then the attack will happen here when it leaves your range.
Wait. It's going to stay right where it fucking is. Sentinel, bitch.
All right, go for it.
16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Cool.
So, rules question for everyone at the table. Technically, attack of opportunity triggers when it leaves your range. But if with Sentinel, it causes your movement to become 0. So would it end here or would it end here?
You're like,
where it started.
Yeah, you're grabbing it, keeping it in place.
Cool. So it ends
Instead
there.
of swiping as it goes. Yeah.
Got it. So you hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, it is 11 radiant plus d8 and additional 4 radiant.
Okay.
Yeah, and it stays where it is.
Got it. Then it's gonna turn and just lay into you instead. Gonna multi-attack. Gonna go for a claw attack. 15.
Misses.
Got it. It's gonna go for... no, it can't attack with a bite. It has to attack with claws again.
Why can't it attack with a bite?
Because it can only attack with a bite if the creature is grappled by it or the creature is willing. But the second claw is gonna hit.
Yep.
That's 6 slashing.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Is it out of the coffin?
It is not. It was climbing out of the coffin and then got sentineled. So Alistair from invisibility came and whacked it and like knocked it down into the coffin again.
And this looks identical to Alistair?
It does. Except it's paler. It looks like an undead, haggard version of Alistair.
I'm going to cast Bane at first level on the bats and the spawn.
Got it. It's a
Charisma save, please.
charisma save.
Both fail.
Got it.
And then bonus action, Bardic Inspiration for Irina.
Got it.
It's a D8.
We'll give her plus to that. All right. Is that your turn? Alistair.
Okay. Thinking. Is this just like the swarm of bats that we've seen before? Okay. All right, I'm gonna use Celestial Revelation. So I'm gonna glow.
All right.
Is that new? Or have you used that before?
I've had it before. Is
Cool.
All right, as he begins to glow, you see these kind of glowing ethereal wings spread from his back. And I need a perception check from pretty much everyone but... No, yeah, everyone roll me a perception check.
do I roll that?
No.
Yep.
You're focused. All right, Andar does not notice. Sten, Mim, and Irina, you guys see that as these kind of like these glowing ethereal wings extend from his back, his shadow once again elongates outside of the circle of light and is stretched by the light he's casting. But you guys see like extended on the trees, these dark, bony, like haggard wings extending from the shadow that do not look like the bright feathered wings extending from Alistair's back.
Well, that's sick.
All right, and I'm gonna swing my sword.
Do it.
Nat 1.
But you look cool doing it.
Damn it.
You burst in light, you go to swing, and it literally swings back and knocks the sword out of your hand. Your wrist falls limp, and the sword whoosh vanishes.
Just punch it.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna punch it.
All right, go for it.
Where the fuck is unarmed strike? All right. Wow, you are not Ashwin, but 19.
All right, that'll hit.
All right. It does 2 bludgeoning.
2 bludgeoning.
And ironically, it does 5 radiant damage.
Oh my god. All right. Punched by the power of the sun. Is that your turn?
It does 4 radiant damage. Sorry, that is changed.
Okay.
And yes, that's my turn.
All right, so you go to swing it, knocks the sword from your hand. You yell at it and give it a solid douche and knock it upside the face. Irina, 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to do what she does best, coordinated strike with a rapier. You got advantage because it's flanked. Or rather, she'll move to where it is flanked. That'll absolutely hit. And then she rolls damage. Plus 2d6. Is 15 piercing damage. And the next person to hit it has advantage. At which point it becomes the Swarm of Bats' turn, who are also going to swarm Alistair. And by moving into his space.
That probably should have been a straight roll, actually, for her.
Why is that?
She's poisoned.
Poisoned.
Oh, that should have been a straight roll. What was the... So then it was She rolled a 6 for the first roll, which plus 9 is 15, so that would still hit. Thank you for that. They are going to attempt to bite Alistair. 13 does not hit.
Nope.
Which brings us to Andar.
Andar's gonna roll his eyes and cast a very unenthusiastic firebolt at gross Alistair.
Okay.
There's a lot of Alistairs today.
We still don't know which one he means.
That hits. Five fire.
Fire.
All right. Mim.
Ducky. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, is it in the coffin still?
Uh-huh.
Okay, keeps moving, bouncing back and forth, up and down. I don't know.
Oh, weird.
Why. Yeah. Let's see if I hit with oh man.
Oh. Adam should have had advantage.
Oh yeah, Adam should have had advantage.
That's true. Real quick, roll me one more, Adam.
But let's go, not 20.
All right, cool. Mim,
20
continue.
Rogue is nasty.
Okay, I got a 20.
You did. You crit.
So, okay, hold on. Booming blade damage first.
Do it one more. It doubles all dice.
Oh, yeah. What is that one? A 1d8?
D8. Okay, 10 thunder.
And then damage. Critical hit. Oh, wait. Do I do a critical hit? Yeah,
Yep.
that was... Okay. And then now sneak attack, which I do
Attack
twice.
critical.
Yeah. That's freaking
Gross.
Yeah. That's the first time I think I've ever gotten a sneak attack critical, so let me just bask in this glory.
Just watch the amount of die. It's so
Well,
many die.
I have to hit damage and then I have to do it again because
Yeah.
it doesn't give me a chance to do it twice. Oh no, it does do. I do a critical.
Oh, damn.
43.
All right.
Okay. So 43 plus 14.
67.
Plus. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I feel power.
Let's go.
You cleave. You like come whirring in at high speed and take your knife and just run it up the length of this thing's body, and it cries out in pain, which is a little disturbing because it looks like Alistair. It is still standing, but barely. It is bleeding black Icarish blood.
Can I just like bonus action blow and it just falls over? Just kidding.
No.
Dang it. Okay. Well, fine. I am going to just stay here, I guess. That's my turn.
All right. It taking that big hit is gonna turn on Mim.
Sentinel, bitch.
Doesn't it have to move for Sentinel? Or no.
It attacked the creature within.
Yeah,
5
you're right.
feet.
You're right. So go for it.
Minus a D4 before that happens.
Right. That's a
It misses.
14 to hit.
Here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Blade was knocked out of my hand, but it instantly turns into mist and comes back to me because it's a packed weapon.
Yeah.
So do I hit with the blade or do I hit with my fist? Because technically
Well,
I would need to.
So it's a packed weapon. You still have to resummon it, right?
Yeah.
Which is what usually?
Good fucking question, actually.
I think it's either a bonus action or an action.
I think I've always done it out of battle.
Usually, yes.
It says as an action I can create a packed weapon in my hand, but that doesn't say if it's the packed weapon already. So we want to just assume action?
Let me see. Summoning packed weapon. As a bonus action, you can summon your packed weapon in a free hand.
Got you.
As part of Pact of the Blade.
So, I mean, my fist, right? That's like all I got.
Yep, you gotta whack him with a fist.
Cool.
Um,
17?
17 hits.
2 bludgeoning.
Please tell me that's enough.
Well, actually, hold on.
Can you add your radiant to that?
I think it's during my turn.
Oh, right.
So wait, what damage was it?
2 bludgeoning. I'm
Got
checking if radiant is only during my turn. Once on each of your turns, you can deal an extra 4 radiant damage to one target. So yeah, just 2 bludgeoning.
Oh no, it is an action. I'm sorry. I was looking at something that appears to be a homebrew. Like I Google searched it and it pulled up a homebrew before the cannon, so it is an action. But all right, it's gonna swing one more time at Mim. That should hit 19.
Yeah. It's just claws, right?
Yep.
Minus a d4.
Minus a d4, right? Sorry. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
That'll be 8 slashing damage. That is the end of its turn. Sten.
It's 4 slashing damage.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the bats.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, I guess I'll turn to Ender. I think I've heard this one before. You couldn't hit a ball if it was standing right next to you. It needs a wisdom save, and it has a minus a d4 on that.
Yep. Such one base
There's
bonus
a whole
minus
option for wing envy.
d4. So it is a nat 20 minus 3.
18 saves.
Got it. Your voice rings out and the magic coalesces and the bats seem literally too dumb to understand what you mean.
They haven't played baseball, I get it.
Which brings us to is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, Irina didn't add the. Oh, well, she didn't add it, so it doesn't matter. Alistair.
Okay. Stick with me here, because this is going to get complicated.
Okay.
Action, summon sword.
Got it. Done.
Okay. Bonus action,
Yep.
manifest shadow.
Got it. You want me to
Then-
narrate that first, or do you want to?
Yeah, you want to narrate that?
All right.
'Cause I'm-
So, you guys watch as Alistair's sword reappears in his hand in a burst of mist. But then the elongated shadow that's been stretching on the outskirts of the light seems to zoom down to his feet. And then where are you putting it? You should be able to drag and drop him
This location. Can I? That'd be fucking
in
cool.
from the character thing.
I cannot.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
Well, that's dumb. Why? All right. Well, then, you want him here?
Yeah.
Oop. It stretches down to his feet and then actually goes the opposite direction and seems to stretch from his feet to a point, and from that point, Shadow Alistair rises from the ground, his eyes glowing red, his wings flared out behind him, and pulls out this sword that's like bursting forth dark radiance from it and squares up. So now there are 3 Alistairs.
Action surge.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take 2 swings.
From which?
From me.
Got it.
From Alistair Prime.
Alistair Prime.
19 to hit on the first one.
Hits.
Okay, that is...
You rolling at advantage?
No, I'm not. Good point. Still 19 to hit.
Yes, it should be advantage because of the flank.
Okay, so... Sorry, I have to do a D8 because dead thing. Okay, 11 radiant damage on the first swing.
Got it. That is enough. You cleave through it, and it from the slash up its back that Mim has already provided, you slash down its front, and it stumbles to one knee, and it looks up at you, and it smiles, and it says, "Soon you shall lay where I have lain," and then heals over.
Hate that. All right.
Oh, ignore that.
Then let's see, I have minus 15 because he's in combat. I'm going to... Have I noticed that there are wings on my back?
I'm gonna go with probably not, because you haven't looked. And you can't feel them. They're not like physically bursting from your back.
Can I step backwards out of the bat space, or are the bats holding me there?
No, you can step backwards out of their space.
Okay. Then I'll step backwards, he'll step forward. I'll swing at the
You
bats.
can divide your movement between the two?
Yes, I can.
Jesus Christ. All right.
So I'll swing at the bats.
At advantage because it's flanked.
Yep. $15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. 11 radiant.
Got it.
All right, and then unleash incarnation.
Okay. Which is...
So, you can heighten your Shadow's Fury. Whenever you take the attack action, you can make 1 additional melee attack from your Echo's position.
Okay.
So then Shadow Alistair's going to attack the bats.
Got it.
For 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
13 radiant.
Got it.
And that's my turn.
So as you swing, you cleave through a few bats with the sun blade, and then you go down to swing, and your arm gets coated in mist, and you see dark shadows appear where his arm should be, and mist roiling around his arm as well as across his feet. Shadow Alistair's arm comes down, and the mist swirls around it and solidifies into Alistair's arm and slashes through the bats, leaving them dead. And you guys are out of combat.
So, it was a message. Didn't love that.
Well, if you're finished, I'd like to get to the winery.
Hey, I'm just gonna say for the record,
Hold on. Before we leave, can we talk about whatever the fuck that is? Because that's new.
That's exactly like I saw him.
Is Shadow Alistair like?
She hasn't put her sword away. She's like pointing it at him.
Are we still connected? By the
Yeah,
feet?
so it stretches from your feet to where his feet are. And there's like mist roiling around at both of your feet. The mist underneath him has this sort of like bright, almost like dawn covered by clouds look roiling around his feet, and around your feet is this kind of like dark, stormy mist.
Oh, Jesus, he has wings.
You've got fucking wings.
Look behind me. Also, she turned Scottish.
Yeah, she did. She rarely ever curses.
Fucking wings. Fucking.
You've got fucking wings.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
new?
this is the coolest thing ever! Hey, wing high five.
I'll try to give
And,
Mim
like, my
a wing
teeny
high
wing.
five.
Like a bug zapper.
No.
You try and give Mim a wing high five and end up just like douche, like kind of knocking her sideways.
I read that.
Sorry,
was
new
cooler than I
things.
thought that would be. It's cool. Alright. Anyway. So,
Shout out Alistair. Can I do the like movie thing where everybody who has a duplicate does?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So Alistair starts miming back and forth with the shadow, and the shadow mimes back.
Can you talk?
It just like stares at you.
Gonna take that as a no. Come here?
You command it to, like, you say, like, come
I'm
here.
gonna try. It's new. I don't know.
You say come here, and like there's like this itching at the back of your mind. And then like the
Ooh.
shadow stops mimicking you and just kind of like looks at you and goes,
All right. Fair.
wait. Does that seem to be like the same kind of Alistair attitude kind of?
oh, absolutely. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me to come here?
Wow.
It's his body language.
Andar? Any guesses?
Came out of you.
Yeah, but
tell me.
This one's new to me too. I'm gonna try and flap the wings and go up.
Do you have a fly speed?
I do, of 30 feet.
Then yeah, you fucking fly.
Oh, okay. Was flying.
The
to
shadow
the
watches you and then like whoosh, and like kind of comes up and hovers. It seems to have more grasp of it than real Alistair does. Although its wings like should not be flying. There's no connective tissue or anything. It's just these bony protrusions. Similar to the way that Doctor Who should not be flying.
I don't know what to say. I'll land back down and try to stop radiant consumption as I have before.
Do you do so?
Okay. So the wings
Irina,
fold in.
as you kind of land, you might not know what to say, but what I'm going to say is I would like just one day without more surprises at the hands of magic.
Maybe after all this is over.
I don't think that's magic the way you've been seeing, Irina.
So now there's different types of magic.
Well, of course there's different types of magic.
How many different types of magic?
Well, the magic here sucks, so don't base your opinion on that.
So this isn't normal magic. This is some sort of Barovian fucked magic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the wings are not either of those, no. Definitely not.
So there's
We don't know
Barovian
that.
magic, there's regular magic, and then there's whatever the hell this is.
I don't love being whatever the hell this is, but
I don't like you being whatever the hell this is, but if you look at you, you've got a double that's made of darkness. So, is my term not appropriate?
fair enough.
Also, that same double tried to kill you yesterday. So, pardon me for being slightly skeptical.
It seems more docile.
Well, now it seems tied to you at the feet, which is what shadows are normally supposed to do, but then they don't rise out of the ground and have glowing red eyes or hit people with things. I'm just saying, this is not normal, whatever this is. And all of you are acting awfully like this is very normal.
I think it's starting to become normal. Because I mean, very normal for crazy things to happen. Right?
But I'm just going to say, I went a very long time with the not very many crazy things happening. And then, admittedly, our journey's been a little wild, but I feel like it was mostly normal up until somewhere in the last 4 days. And now there's been a lot of very not normal.
Isn't there a nightly march of ghosts from your town to the castle?
Well, yes, but I'm used to that.
Pretty not normal.
That's not normal.
Not even a little bit.
Wait, so you don't have marching ghosts in your towns?
No,
No.
not like that, no.
What do you mean not like that? Are they different?
We also see the sun, and like, I'm just saying your whole
Well, yes, but you
life
said that
is
that's a
not normal.
Barovian thing.
Your whole existence is not normal. So what do you mean
Well,
you're
it's
used
normal
to...
to me.
Well, this is your new normal.
Well, I don't like it, frankly.
So you don't like us then?
Well, no, well, at times.
It's
Same.
that's true. Hey! I mean, that's fair, Andar. I think...
All right, are we done here with whatever strangeness this is?
Yeah, let's go. Also, I would like to say that for the record, Andar and Sten are right 70% of the time, and I can say that I was wrong in this instance. Still glad that I think that we did it.
Irina's gonna kind of like walk in the direction and then like keep an eye on the fact that Shadow Alistair is now walking with Alistair. So is he just gonna stay like that? Does he not go back?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, Andar, is it? Does he go back?
I can't hear you.
Does he go back?
Stop screaming, Irina.
It's. I'm just frustrated.
I don't study shadow necromancy.
But you study magic.
I'm a different type.
That's fucking it.
Fucking it.
I'm gonna run back to the coffin.
Okay.
Is there anything inside it now?
No. Except, well,
Okay.
actually, yes. A dead vampire spawn.
Okay. Oh god, I don't. Can I loot the dead vampire spawn? Is there
You can-
anything on its body?
Roll me an investigation check.
All right.
As you rummage around the body, you feel yourself being tickled.
By myself?
It's unnatural.
9.
You don't find anything on the body other than clothes that look remarkably like yours, and it's a little disturbing to see your own body sliced in various ways and laying dead in a coffin.
Alright, I hate that. And I will walk away.
Also, I should have known you would be the one to open the coffin. I'm gonna go with things I should have known. All right.
And,
What?
do you have any idea why it didn't pop up with your detect magic, but it looked like Alistair?
No. I mean, there was a person up in Kresk who used to make people, so maybe
I
it's
thought that was magical.
Actually, speaking of that, and I'm going to try and check my neck.
Mm-hmm.
How's that looking now that I've died?
So you go to check, and the spider web is further along your neck, whereas it was kind of isolated before. It's about like yay big now, but it hasn't extended beyond your neck.
Gotcha.
You can kind of feel it raised against your hand as you like. You can feel the veins.
Kinda wish I wouldn't have asked myself.
I suppose it's also possible that the coffin is somehow blocking it.
Well, I can't pretend to understand magic. These things just happen.
All right. You guys trudge your way through the rain, which is a miserable experience. This is the heaviest rain you've ever seen of Barovia, and the mud is sucking at your feet and your boots.
Not me. Well, I feel like the rain would weigh down my wings a bit, but maybe.
It's definitely tough to keep. You're used to it, like your wings allow you to fly in it, but it's definitely not comfortable. You don't like the feeling of flying through rain.
Yeah.
And everyone else is kind of, as they're kind of walking through the mud, each footfall being kind of this suction cup. And you're able to make it the rest of the way before nightfall, but it's exhausting. And you're just approaching that fork in the road as darkness begins to set in.
Gonna look over to Shadow Alistair
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, you can go now.
Real quick, as you look over, you're walking and you're slogging through it, right? He's just walking on top of it.
Oh, that's annoying.
He doesn't have any footprints or anything. And in fact, at a certain point, he kind of like looks over and
Of course
down
he
at your
does. Fuck
feet.
this guy.
But then you say like, you can go now. And he looks down and looks at you.
You're looking at me like I know something that I don't. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Morning Lord. God damn it. Jesus doesn't exist in this universe.
Ah, man.
I mean, Irina's definitely said Jesus Christ a number of times. She read it in a book.
All right.
Yes, the poet.
Don't worry, Alistair. I got this. We're homies now. Shadow Alistair and I. All right, Shadow Alistair, I think you could go now.
Looks at you. Looks at him. Looks at you. Gestures at Alistair.
I guess he's here to stay. Wait, okay. Do you understand me? Are we friends? I'll take that as a yes. Do you know how to go away?
Gestures at Alistair.
Well,
Literally, like, whole body, like...
no part of me would know how to dismiss him.
Well, I mean, is there any harm in
You
him
feel
coming
like
with
at
us?
the back of your head, you do feel this, like, that itchy, like, back at the back of your head thing. Like, there's, like, a little bit of heat and, like, frustration, like, seeping into your brain.
Can I lean into that frustration
Sure.
and try and make myself a little frustrated and see if he dissipates?
All right, you lean into the frustration, and as you do so, he kind of, like, turns and, like, at you.
I don't know. I'm just trying things. God, and I'll wave my hand and I'll dismiss it.
Okay. You, like, wave your hand, nothing happens. You kind of, like, focus for a second, and then, like, you see him kind of, like, roll his eyes, like, finally, and then, like, whoop, he sucks back into a shadow.
That guy's obnoxious.
You, in the back of your brain, you feel like you get this kind of, like, God, the feeling.
I pat
Exasperation.
I say, well, and I tap him on the shoulder, say, that's you, buddy.
I don't know how you guys deal with me.
Lots of patience, I imagine.
The two of you just had a lot of time apart. Need time to reconnect.
That's kind of cute.
Then I will say this. Sometimes when I get frustrated, you say wholesome things, and then I feel bad about me being frustrated. And
you
I mean that as a
blaming
compliment. No, I mean that as a compliment. I respect it. I just...
Are you asking me to say things sooner?
Well, no. I mean, yes, I don't know. I'm very mixed up as of today. There's been a lot going on. I'm meaning to say I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate you being stalwart in the face of adversity when sometimes I give in to frustration.
I think that's just time. Irina? I'll look around. I'm pretty sure I have more of it than everyone else.
Do your people live long lives?
Depends how reckless they are.
Well, should they live peacefully, rather?
Same as yours.
Interesting. Her hair's like plastered to her face. She kind of like swipes out of the way. So, what are the chances that we call it for today and try again tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it'd be nice to not be in rain.
I'll step off the trail a few feet and start casting Tiny Hut.
All right. Tiny hut forms. The first time all day you don't feel the weight of raindrops on your shoulders and heads, and your hair can be fully moved out of your face without being sucked back down by the force of rainfall. You can't see very far outside of Tiny Hut. The fog's grown very thick. And the rain definitely adds to the vision obscurement. But other than the ground being quite a bit muddy beneath your feet, this is the most comfort you've had all day.
You don't think he's doing this, do you?
The rain? I wouldn't put it past him.
He moved a river. And all he's doing is giving us a little bit of rain.
A lot of running water for a vampire.
Just doesn't seem like he's frustrated.
Well, from the way you guys...
Go ahead.
From the way you guys put it, seemed more like toying than actual frustration.
Yeah, he's definitely toying. He's gotta be.
Looks like stream's down.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it.
Oh no!
Oops.
It's now a good time for a bathroom break, so we're paused anyway.
Yeah.
Works.
About the time we usually do it.
It might be an OBS thing because everything else seems stable. It's just
I just found that I have to go kind of soon. I only got about half an hour.
oh no. Okay.
Just an FYI.
Copy.
All right, let's go, Bum Rush Strahd. This is the end.
Speedrun? Anyone know these speedrun strats?
Speedrun? Yep. Yep.
Hey, I can attack 6 times in one turn now.
The fuck?
Would a water gun ruin a vampire's day?
I mean, it's running water, right?
If you aim it right.
I feel like there's got to be rules for that.
All right, we're back up.
There's a difference between running water and moving water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running water is continuously flowing.
Well,
Super Soaker's continuously flowing if you hook up a hose to it.
True.
Does
How,
wet count as soiled
just
as far as clothing goes?
Does wet count as soiled? I would say yes.
Especially after a full day.
Yeah.
Use prestidigitation to dry myself off.
Sounds good.
And everyone else too, I guess.
Fair.
Andar, you do love us.
And then last.
Andar, you love me the most. You saved best for last.
I'm gonna undo it.
Hey.
I mean, you can magically clean somebody else. I guess you could magically make her wet again. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you so afraid of love?
What?
Is it because your family didn't love you like we do?
Man,
What about your friends?
Possibly, I suppose.
I think it's time we talk about this.
Do you?
Yeah, and then I sit in the air, but with like one leg over the other, and I open my book that I was writing in, and I say, Andar, why do you hate me?
He said I hate you.
Wait, so you don't hate me?
I just want to know who's tattling.
Andar, what was your childhood like?
Playful?
And did your parents tuck you in and read you bedtime stories at night?
Well, somebody tucked me in.
Who was that?
I heard many stories. Been quite a long day.
All right, I guess we
We're all
can continue
tired.
we can continue this session next week.
Mim, out of curiosity, do you have any sort of psychology degree or counseling experience?
Oh, I have plenty of experience.
Really? Do tell.
Well, all my friends came to me for help. So, yeah. I helped them through a lot of things. And don't worry, Andar, I'll help you through this too.
Lovely.
There's a lot of wisdom in that book of hers.
There is indeed. And none of you will ever see it.
I think it's just blank.
Why would you say that, Andar?
I didn't know you could read.
You know, I do have feelings. And I can read. And I write very well. And I'm going to bed.
This day's been eventful. Glad to be back, and I'll roll over and go to bed.
Eventful's a word. She rolls over. And Darn Stan, is there anything that you guys want to do before you settle down for the night?
Yeah, absolutely. But I would
Okay.
like to wait till I hear steady breathing from everybody.
Okay. And is there anything that you want to do?
I copy this Resilient Sphere spell scroll into my book.
Mm-hmm. You have the gold for it? Well, you don't need gold.
Spell scrolls are different than spells.
Yeah.
The copier must succeed on an intelligence check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
Cool.
If the check succeeds, the spell is successfully copied. Whether the check succeeds or fails, the spell is destroyed.
Give it a roll.
So
And what do you
it's
need?
against it's against a 14.
Got it.
What check was it? Arcana.
That's an easy success. You doubled it.
And I'll roll over and go to sleep once I'm done with that.
All right, Stan.
Now I remember that no magic can be cast in here, right? Do I have
It
that
can be
right?
cast in here, it just can't be cast like through it.
Yeah. So anything you cast inside can't pass outside. Anything cast outside can't pass inside.
Does that change what I'm going to do? Nope. I'm going to take the box out.
Okay.
Just kind of thumb over it a couple times. Are you a bad idea?
I'll re-describe the box to you. It's inlaid with golden filigree. At first, it appears to have no obvious lid or other features. What you can see upon closer inspection is comprised of expertly crafted, tight-fitting panels. There are small holes on a few of the sides, almost like keyholes.
Does it look like a puzzle box?
It does.
Yeah, I'll slide a couple panels around.
Right. Just to experiment with it, or are you trying to open it?
I think this is like end of the day, mindless. If my brain connects to it, cool. If not, just the tactileness of...
I'll be more specific. Are you just messing around idly, or would you like to roll an intelligence check to solve it?
Let's try the latter.
All right. Intelligence check.
It's a natural 20 for a 23.
Let's fucking go.
And you have someplace to be?
Can we cut it off there then?
Would you like me to reveal what happens now, or would you like it to be a surprise for later?
Oh, yeah. Give us a cliffhanger, yeah.
All right. You feel the last panel click into place as the box opens up like a flower. You don't have time to glory in your accomplishment, however, because a black cloud of inky smoke explodes out from the box in a 30 radius hemisphere around you, which, considering you're in a 10-foot hemisphere, is the entirety of Tiny Hut. Coughing and choking on the gritty, slimy particles in the cloud, everyone begins to wake up and stumble back from their slumber. The box falls from your hand, and out of it falls pieces of jewelry, a wand, and a tiny toad. As you clear your throat and lungs, the toad ribbits and begins to grow, its limbs stretching and its bones cracking, its head rolling back and being pressed against the inside of Tiny Hut. It turns into a huge, hulking, demonic beast. The bipedal monstrosity looms over you, easily 10 feet tall, salivating a viscous slime. Its massive maw works the air as it stretches and twists. It looks mad.
Oops.
Amazing. Fucking
All right.
D&D.
The one natural 20 I get for solving something that's bad.
That's awesome.
No more giving me crap about being curious.
Oh, man.
I cannot believe. I was like, what are the chances? Like, there's no way they choose that today. Especially, I was like, they found it. The dude's face was ripped off.
I was going to do this today no matter what happened.
God damn it, Nick. I love you so much. But I cannot plan for you. I cannot plan. Anytime I'm like, this is what they're going to do. Also, like, I literally checked with everybody. We talked about it. I was like, there's like a 80% chance they're going to the swamps. And you guys are like, what about the winery? And I'm like,
It is in our...
it's related to the swamp.
Like when Hermes said we have boxes,
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
Oh no, he's gonna give it away. I'm gonna do it.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know you were gonna do it. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Well, do it. Well,
do you guys know what that creature is? Out of curiosity, does anyone know? Based off of that description?
I think. I mean, it sounds a lot like. No, it's like a demon toad. I don't know the name.
All right. Oh,
A demon toad.
wait. Is it still in like toad form? Like
It
it's a
grew
giant
from
toad?
a toad.
Yeah.
Is
but
a
it doesn't-
hulking demonic toad.
That's terrifying. Okay.
It's not this, right? It's probably this. It's fine. We're not fine.
What did you find that you think it is? I'm not going to confirm or deny.
Well, in season 2 of Critical Role, there is a creature called a Nurglid.
Mm.
Oh, that's sick. Is that original?
I believe so. That's why I was like, there's no way it's this. It might be this.
Well, we'll find out.
Next time on Curse of Strahd.
And then the Batman.
Back in the Batcave. Oh,
Ay,
man.
ay, ay. Very interesting session.
What are you talking about? We got jewels and a wand. What more can we need? That's what I got from that.
That's true. A jewelry and a wand fell out of the box.
Oh, man. Well,
Why not? He says. The ladder, he says. I'll roll for the check.
dude,
Real quick, I'm going to show you guys. This is the image. I'm going to, in fact, here. Can I can't share it, but I'll just show you. I'll use stream to. This is the image on the front of this particular encounter.
very good.
Oh, it's totally the fucking... You open the box.
The lament configuration.
Yeah.
It's very obviously an homage to that in the writing of this thing. Yes.
So here's my very funny question. This was supposed to be our Halloween thing, right? That's the vibe I got when we found this
the box?
And we found it like a day after
Well, keep in
Halloween.
mind, I said that all of October was going to be filled with spooky stuff, and then what ended up happening was we had like 2 sessions in all October because we had conflict issues with stuff, or conflict issues, time conflicts.
It was TwitchCon, right?
Yeah, I had TwitchCon, and then somebody else had something going on.
I had something going on. I was out of town.
And so, like, we collectively as a group had multiple conflicts throughout October. And so we only got like 1 spook session. But yes, this is a relic of the spook sesh.
So, end of January. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
That's good. All right.
And we got Sirenscape working for everybody, which was an accomplishment. So we'll take that.
Ooh.
Also, DM, just for your knowledge, it actually gets more nutty. He doesn't share my speed. He has his own.
That he can use.
30 feet walking speed.
But you can't both take the move action, right?
Yes, we can. Here's the thing, though. If he walks 30 feet away from me, if he's there at the end of his turn, he disappears.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. Well, that'll be fun. Are you sure you get separate move actions?
Yeah, I can actually read it to you. If it makes a saving throw, it uses your saving throw. It's basically just me, same size as you, occupies the same space. On your turn, you can mentally command the echo to move up to 30 feet in any direction. No action required. If your echo is ever more than 30 feet from you at the end of your turn, it is destroyed.
Huh. Then there you go. It's a free action. Jesus Christ.
Yep. It's basically another me.
It's a really busted and broken subclass. Love that.
You know how much more fun it is to play, though?
All right.
All right. We got to get going. See ya!
Thanks for games, everybody. Do we have any conflicts next week?
I don't think.
Nope.
Cool.
I don't think so, but I'll let you know because there is a giant tabletop convention that I'm supposed to be tabling at. I think it's over the weekend, but I don't know if it hits Sunday or not.
All right. Well, let us know. Okay. Thanks for playing, everybody. Bye-bye.
Later.
All right.